Good day, everyone. The drama in Poland has not stopped. Yesterday, just after we posted the video of a group of 120 security personnel stranded on a plane in Warsaw at the Chopin airport, we found out that the plane actually got permission to leave. So the people weren't allowed to disembark, but they could actually fly to the next destination, and that was going to be Russia, St Petersburg. But now we found out that that was also denied. So this plane was not allowed to fly to Russia. So this entire plane with 120 security personnel, special task force people, etc., highly specialized and trained people from the South African military to make sure that Cyril Ramaphosa is safe, could not go with him. Now this afternoon he will be meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin to discuss the situation in Ukraine, and on this channel we stay absolutely neutral on things like this, and I suggest that most people do exactly the same. We have enough problems back here in South Africa that we need to concern ourselves with. But what is important here is that Zelensky has basically kicked Ramaphosa to touch. The fact that Ramaphosa thought that he could go there, negotiate with Zelensky. Zelensky said, I'm not interested in talks or discussions with Russia. And Ramaphosa is now going to have to scratch his head because he's not just getting things his way. This could turn out to be a huge embarrassment. This must have cost the taxpayers an absolute fortune to have his plane sent there, a separate plane with all his security detail. Was this to make him look super important? I don't know. They weren't allowed to leave the plane, apparently, in Poland. They said that whatever arms, etc. they had on the plane, they were not going to release it. So fascinating situations playing out, and normally if this was the US, China or Russia, if this had to happen to one of their planes, it would be a huge international incident and you would hear about it all over the news. But the rest of the world doesn't really care about Cyril Ramaphosa, and therefore even someone like Zelensky basically told them, we have our terms. If you can't deliver these terms, you are of no use to us. So in News 24, where they are giving updates on this, it says no flight clearance. President's 120 security personnel to return to SA after Russia trip bombs. No pun intended. And they were saying the explosions that people reported that happened in Kiev were anti-missile defense systems. So I don't know whether they hit their targets or whatever, but Zelensky obviously wanted to create an impression that Russia would fire on Kiev even with this delegation present. And I knew that this fluffery would play out. It's just grandstanding on a massive scale. And here Ramaphosa is way out of his depth. He's out of his depth as president of this country. We cannot produce proper leaders within the current governance system that we have, and this is very apparent. I will give you a link to the this running article or live running articles that come up on this situation. It says here, African leaders prepared to meet Putin after Zelensky rules out talks. So he's just put his foot down and says, we're not going to talk to Russia. End of story. That's our position. And so the diplomatic team had gone to Kiev on Friday to voice the concerns of a continent that has suffered from the fallout of Russia's invasion, in particular rising grain prices, with President Cyril Ramaphosa insisting there should be peace through negotiations. And Zelensky has said he's not interested in negotiations as long as Russia is in the country and they are actively fighting. So like I said, I don't pick sides in things like this. I'm not going to get involved in that debate or discussion. What I do want to tell you is that our president, like our government, like this country, we are just a sitting duck. Most other countries can do to us whatever they want from a government perspective. The citizens of this country is a very different story. I would feel very sorry for any country that comes here to try to control us, try to tell us what we should do. The citizens of this country will make their vehicles means and whatever they're trying to use to control us, they will make incapacitated in no time. The people in this country are really good at doing that. So I think that's the only thing keeping us out of the claws of foreign interest, direct clause at this stage. But our economy is being affected by other countries, and trips like this by Cyril, it'll be interesting to see how it affects our economy. People are struggling at the moment, especially the middle class. And as I speak to people around the country, ask them their input, they are telling me that people are struggling badly financially at the moment, and they are on their last threads, and they are hoping that from somewhere something good will happen. Well, I can tell you, based on my information and my experience, knowledge of the situation in the country now, we have many more years ahead. I believe we can start turning things around before 2030, and we should indeed do that if we all work together. So if you're new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon to get notifications for future videos, and follow what we are doing. Consider becoming a member, click the join button underneath this video, and join us every Thursday evening for our live chats at 7, where you will get more detailed information. Thank you so much. Till the next video.